Sounds good. All right, I'm going to start my lesson. And to do that, I'm going to mute all, so you can only respond through the chat or through the nonverbal feedback, thumbs up or yes, no type things there. Okay, cool. Mute all. Current and new participants will be muted. Boom. Ooh, what did it say there? I'm going to disallow the unmute self until it's time for you to speak. Okay, one person is waiting. Admit. Okay, so this is the downside of the waiting room, is that I have to keep checking who's waiting. All right, let me go to my screen here. So you should be able to see Google Doc. I'm going to go to our agenda. This will be how I do things, I think, is just to have a document that you can look at while I'm talking about it. Number one is review the chemistry online plan. You all have this in your Google Drive. I talked about it yesterday. The structure is simple and I hope easy for you to follow. There will be 3 lessons a week. This week we're only having 1, just for everybody to get a chance to get used to this format. Next week there will be at least 2. Whether there will be 3 next week, I don't know. We might go 2 next week and then 3 the following week, kind of get up to speed gradually. And then you can see the three sections are the Google Forms pre-test, video lesson with guided practice and independent practice, and then a post-test. The pre-test, post-test, there are 5 questions. That's enough for us to know how you're doing and for you to know yourself, how are you doing. The main goal is for you to try to self-assess. If you can get better, do get better. All right, waiting for some more people in the waiting room. There they are, okay. All right, if you just joined us, this is a document you have in your Google Drive. I'm hoping it will be self-explanatory. If you have questions at the end of this lesson, you can ask me via chat, or I'll have a time where you can speak. Right now, I'm not asking you to speak. All right, I changed this to 11 o'clock. So we'll have these discussion sections every weekday at 11 o'clock. And this link will always stay the same. So you will always, you just go back to the same Zoom link and we will be here for you. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing is assignment 1. So this is also in your Google Drive. You see it has a due date, making the first due date Saturday, midnight. It has the same kind of structure that you just saw. Pre-test, do this first. There's a link. If you click on it, it will take you to Google Forms. I assume you're familiar with that. It'll look like this. Pre-test, and you will have to put in who's your teacher so we can sort the data and which period, and then it goes into the quiz section itself. It will record your email so we know who's who. That's the pre-test. Post-test looks the same. It's just you're supposed to do better on that. There are 2 pages of practice problems here. It's 1 page there. Page 2 is there. The instructions suggest it will be easier if you can print the pages, you can write on them, but you can write on a blank piece of paper where you're just reading off the screen, or if you have the technology, you can write on the online document and you can scribble on that. Go on here, okay. If you just joined us, welcome. So this, let me show you what it looks like on my end. So I can monitor how many people have done these things. So the Google Forms pre-test, is this the student one? This is the student one. All right, looks like this. So on the teacher end, I can see how many people have done the pre-test. We're up to 150. We have about 270 chemistry students total, so we're a little more than half of the people have participated in this stage. And you can see the data is here. 5 points is possible, so we have a wide range as expected. And the average is 3.2 out of 5. All right, this is a pre-test. So the expectation is that people will do better on the post-test after they've had some instruction. So let me go back to this one. So that's the pre-test. That's what it looks like on the teacher end. You can see there's this lesson here in part 2. It's on YouTube. It's on the LBHS chemistry channel. If you watch it, you will get instruction on how to do these questions. It says in red letters here, use the video instruction. The video instruction will essentially lead you through this page, show you exactly what to do, how to do it, why to do it. So you should have some skill. Then the practice problems, it says try these on your own using your periodic table. Your periodic table, I gave you an electronic copy in your Google Drive. If you lost the green one, just use the electronic version that I've given you. So by the end of doing this practice, you may say, I understand perfectly. This says you can determine whether you've done it correctly just by using the power of the internet. And if you want more instruction, here's Khan Academy. They have lots of instruction that will take you to more instruction. I can click on it, huh? Yep. So this is the Khan Academy, and you can see it has instruction for you, and it also has some nice pictures. Yay. If you don't need the instruction, it's completely optional. But look at that, nice pictures. It will go over everything you need to know. Look at that. Okay. All right. So there's more instruction if you need it. That's why it says optional. And then the last thing you do with this lesson, and with every lesson, is take the post-test to demonstrate your skill. At this point, let's see how many we have. We have 103 responses. So that's not as many people who have done the pre-test. We have, I said, 270 students. So uh-oh, something just blew up. No. All right. So the hope is that by Saturday, we have 270 responses here. That would mean everybody has completed lesson 1 as hoped. You can see the data here is encouraging. If you compare the pre-test to the post-test, the pre-test average was 3.2 out of 5, and the post-test average is 4.6 out of 5. That suggests people are learning how to do things better. So that's the way the lessons are structured. Okay, somebody's writing on my screen. Good job. All right. So I think I am ready to look here. And now we're up to 45 participants. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat at this time. If you have a question, if you can find your raise hand button, I will be able to unmute you and we can all hear your question. At this time, I'm looking at the chat and seeing whether there's anything there. Okay, so some people are asking about grading, and Mr. Myers was able to answer that in the text. Awesome. Okay. Chase says, great, 5 out of 5, wonderful. Okay. Okay, I am not seeing any hands, but let me, so I cannot see everybody simultaneously, but okay, good. And the other thing you should know is that these meetings we have are recorded. So if you missed it live, then it will go to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see whatever you missed. Some of you came in late and you might wonder what happened in the beginning. It'll be on YouTube for you. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Okay. All right. I can see Anna's there, Harley's there, Flynn is there. All right. Do you know how to raise your hand, Flynn? If you do, raise your hand and I'll see if I can do it. Okay, I'm unmuting Flynn and maybe he'll talk to us. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, good.
Good morning, Mr. Sogo.
Good morning. I've got a couple people raising their hand. Now I have to find, where are you? Alex Mork, where are you? So this is hard for me. There must be a better way. Okay, let's see. I get a notification that 3 participants have raised hand, but now it's 4. But where are you? I see Trey. I see Hannah. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, so I saw a hand. There it is. Okay, Alex Mork. Okay, that's really unintuitive. There's Trey's hand. Okay. All right, I'm going to unmute you, Trey. Hello.
I'm Mr. Sogo.
Okay, now I see the hands popping up. It was a little delayed, maybe. Okay. Do you want to say something, Trey, or are you just practicing raising your hand?
I'm just practicing raising my hand. I didn't know.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'll mute you again. Chase, hello.
Yeah, I was wondering, when you said like
we got a question.
Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah.
Should we keep like the lessons like that we printed out in our chemistry binder, or are they like, or should we not?
If you've printed them, I think you should keep them.
Okay.
It'll be good for you to look at later, but okay. There's no requirement that you keep them in your binder. Nobody's going to be checking that, so I'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to lower your hand now, and let's see. I can go to Alex Mork. He's got his hand raised really high. Okay, Alex. Good morning.
What is up? What is up, Mr. Soga? What is up?
I hear you.
I have an important question last night. I was trying to do my homework.
Oh, okay.
And it said draw something, but I can't draw on my computer. So.
Yeah. Okay. So where are you talking about the 2-page lesson, or are you talking about? Okay. Yeah. So you'll just have to do the best you can there. I will certainly be exploring options for making that easier. But it may be you just have to draw on paper and imagine that it's appearing on your computer screen.
So how am I going to turn it in if it's on the paper?
What you're going to do is gain skill, and the skill you gain should be demonstrated in your post-test score.
Okay. All right.
All right. So
that was my question.
So nobody's going to be checking your paper record and saying, did you draw the picture? That nobody can do that. So just do your best, learn some things, show your skill.
Okay, I kind of got worried someone's going to look at my paper, so.
Understood. Okay, thank you for the question. Let's see, Holden. Okay.
What's up, Mr. Sogo? I was just practicing raising my hand.
Okay, so you don't actually have a question?
Yeah.
All right, are you able to lower your own hand?
Yes.
Okay, and I saw it, it went away. All right, so now I am not at the moment seeing any hands raised. Beautiful, good. Beautiful, good. Okay. All right, so I don't see any raised hands. I think that means that we have taken care of the questions. That worked fine. If we use the raise hand function, we just need to make sure everyone has their hand raised, or knows how to raise hand, and that'll be good. All right. Let me try this at this time. I'm going to unmute all, and If you didn't know how to raise your hand, you can ask a question now because everybody's on.
Yeah.
Everybody's on.
I'm
Okay.
watching.
Am I muted?
We can help you.
Oh, this one. To give return. Well, there you are, Jonas.
Did you not try anymore?
Mr. Stark, I don't think they know they're unmuted.
Show them what release me.
Well, I can't do anything about that. I guess I can put it in the chat window. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yesterday was kind of fun. Some people used inappropriate language and then didn't realize that everybody could hear them. So yeah, just be thoughtful. I see. Mr. Myers is the chat monitor, and he's responding to all the chat. This is good to have a team of teachers because it's really hard for one person to do everything. Okay. So Mr. Myers is taking care of it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Trey? Who said that?
Mr. Sogo,
Yes.
what's a very cool chemistry experiment that can make explode at my house?
Let's get back to my lesson. I'm going to mute everybody again and admit a couple more people to there. Okay, good. All right.
I don't need to listen to it.
Okay, we got one more. All right, you snooze, you lose. All right, let's go to now here. I am here. All right, so we have discussed number one. That's in your Google Drive. Oh, let's mute everybody again. Mute all. Okay. Yes. Okay. The silence is back. All right. We've talked about assignment 1, due Saturday. The post test is the most important. Well, the pre and post tests are what the teachers are going to be looking at. I won't say it's the most important. The lesson is the most important. But this is how we'll know how are we doing. If a large number of people are getting a particular question on the post test wrong, we can provide additional instruction. I can also get some idea whether people are doing the lesson by looking at the YouTube channel views right here. So these are videos that I put up yesterday. And you can see the Zoom meeting. Some people missed it at live, so it was available online, 15 minutes. And this was the lesson that 107 views, so great. We've got people watching the lesson. We've got people doing the pre and post tests. And so that is all working as hoped for. All right, back here. Okay, so what's the future hold? Difficult to see the future is, but well, what happened there? There we go. So I want to try to do some creative things. Games are good. So you've seen IC 2020. I'll be making some new things. I think that's perfect for this non-classroom instruction. Gridlocks we did a long time ago. I may bring some of that back as you gain skill. And collisions you haven't seen before. I just got an email saying they're making things available in this time of online instruction. So usually you have to pay, but I think they're going to offer some things for free, and that could be great for us to just experiment with. So maybe next week we'll try to have something creative for you. Virtual labs, there are some places that offer experiments in virtual space. So I'll be investigating some of that. The ones I've seen are pretty poor. They're not fun. So maybe this is a yes, maybe it's a no. I don't know yet. This third one here, question of the week. I don't know if you have any questions, but if you have a science question, it doesn't have to be chemistry, but if you have a science question, we can discuss it, and that could be a great learning experience for all of us. So how about let's do it this way. In your chat window, tomorrow. Though I may do it a different way. I'll have to have a way for you to share your questions, because we don't want to discuss questions that are lame-o, but I'm sure many of you will have interesting questions worthy of discussion, and I think it'd be a great way to structure a lesson here in cyberspace. D, scientist in the field. This was inspired by an ACR alumnus. If some of you have seen the posters on the wall, this is Samantha Piskevich, who's now at UC Berkeley doing a postdoc. So she has a PhD in biochemistry. And so we have some people, she volunteered to kind of do a webinar-y kind of thing with LBHS students. So I'm thinking maybe we actually have a pool of scientists who are LBHS graduates who may be able to discuss what they're doing. Maybe some of them are even working on the coronavirus. So it's a resource, it's something we could explore. So that's creative things for the future. I started the lesson, assignment number 1 is traditional chemistry, and that's the easiest thing for me to do. So for at least a week or two, that's what we will be doing, traditional chemistry lessons. But as you can see, I have ideas for going beyond that in the future. All right, all right, so now I'm going to go to my Brady Bunch view now we're up to 50 people. And I am going to look at the chat first. And all right, good. Okay, this is great. This is great. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to first ask, if you have a question, please raise your hand. And there'll be a little message that somebody has raised their hand, and then I'll be able to unmute you as an individual and we can hear your question. Okay, so it looks like I am not seeing any hands. All right. Let's try the yes, no function. Or you can do the thumbs up. If you don't know where the yes, no function is, you can do the thumbs up if you know where that is. And I'm going to, oh, I see Alex Mork has raised his hand. Thank you. There we go. Boom.
What is
Go ahead,
up?
Alex.
I'm back.
You're back.
So on number 6, on the practice problems, why is it P-3 for phosphide?
Okay, so that's a specific question. Okay, this is great. So some of you don't know what he's talking about, but let's see if I can actually get to the specific question. So I need to find assignment number 1, question number 6, sodium phosphide. Phosphide equals P-3. Now I have to find my other folder. Okay, here we go. This is not bad so far. Okay. Zip, 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 zip. All right, so here's a specific question. And this discussion section could be used for specific questions. When you get to college, that's kind of what you do. All right, stop that. Stop that, stop that, stop that. No, don't, get out of my way. Okay, yeah, let's try again. Try again. All right, here is phosphorus right here. It is a non-metal. Non-metals tend, can you see what I'm seeing?
No.
You can't.
Yeah.
Intriguing. All right, what do you see?
I see you with the periodic table behind you.
Neat. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this.
Why was my plastic on fire?
No, that's not good. Okay, so the answer is right now I can't do that. So I will find out how to do that so that you can see what I see. All right. What do you see right now, Alex?
I see you with the periodic table behind you.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Let's try this. All right, what do you see now?
I still see you.
Okay. All right, interesting.
Oh, people are saying they see your computer, Mr. Sogo.
So it's just you?
I can't see. All I see is you at the table.
Okay.
I don't know what.
All right. Very interesting. Okay. All right, let me go back to where I know what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. With your yes, no function, or let's actually do the thumbs up. It's easier for me to see on this screen. Were you able to see the periodic table when I brought that up? Abigail, yes. Peter, yes.
You can go off
yes.
full screen.
Okay, okay. So, all right. If you were unable to see it and you have a thumbs down icon, is there such a thing or not? Maybe there isn't.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
You see it now? You figured it
I
out?
see it. I said to go. I had to go to the screen to the left.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready to learn.
Okay, so I'm going to try again to do what I was doing, and I can't see everything at once. But let me just try to go back to where I was. That's in my Drive periodic table reference page. All right, so you have this reference page in your Google Drive. Phosphorus is here on the periodic tables. You have to be able to find it, and then you have to realize that there's information at the top of the column. This is a non-metal, so phosphorus as an ion is a -3 ion, and that's why the assignment said that phosphide is phosphorus, the element phosphorus with a -3 charge, and that came from the periodic table, comes from the periodic table. All right, beautiful, I think. Okay, so I'm going back here. I'm going to my meeting controls. I am looking at this. I am getting a better thing on screen. And that is maybe here. Okay, I'm going to now unmute everyone. Oh, let's see, let's do that. And yeah, I'm going to unmute everyone. So if you have a question, you can ask it. I think I'm pretty much done with everything I wanted to do here. So unmute all.
Oh, God.
So you should be able to mute yourself. If you don't want us to hear you, you can mute yourself. But right now, everybody is unmuted.
Mr. Sogo?
Yes.
So this is kind of unrelated, but when you were showing the periodic table, some of the little squares were shaded in, and I want to know why.
Great question. All right, going back here. Okay, so what you'll be learning next week is the meaning of the shaded squares. Right now, I can tell you that they refer to diatomic elements, but that'll be part of next week's lesson, learning more about what does that mean and why are these the ones that do that.
Like Mr. Sogo.
Yes, Joey.
Like because they're like gases.
Some are gases, some are not. Yeah, some are not. These are not gases here at the bottom.
Mr. Sogo, how's your day going?
Oh, that's a good question. I got a turkey in the oven. So yeah, you know how it's hard to get things at the grocery store. So we've had this turkey since December. And my son came home from MIT. You know, they sent him home.
Whoa.
And so we figured it's a good time to have a turkey. And
Yeah.
so
I had a turkey
it's in
last
the
I
night.
like turkey.
Can't wait for
I'm
that.
not even
Mr.
joking.
Sogo, I just have this weird feeling that you're some world-class chef. I don't know why.
I like to cook. I'm not a world-class chef, but I like to cook. Yeah.
Mr. Sogo is a world-class
What's your
chef.
favorite meal, Mr. Sogo?
Today it's turkey.
Lol.
All right. So, yeah, as far as other things go, 2 days ago, I was really unhappy, thinking I'm doing so much work for. It was actually because my technology failed me, and I made my instructional video, and then I had to make it all over again, and it still didn't work, and then I made it all over again. So the third time it worked, but that was annoying.
Mr. Sogo, do you have a
I'm thinking that this is going to be an interesting learning experience. I hope you all learn some chemistry. I'm going to be learning some technology. Right? How do I teach when I can't see my students in real life? So so this morning I was feeling pretty creative and saying, oh, there'll be a lot of things we can try, and if it fails, there's really no downside to failing. It's because whatever you learn is better than not learning anything, and so that's where I'm at. All right, so what I think I'm going to do, well, I'm going to wait a minute and see if there are other questions, but yesterday students really enjoyed talking to each other, so if you just want to talk to each other, that's fine. You know, you don't have to talk to your teachers. So I'm waiting a minute to see if there are any more teacher questions, and then I'll kind of go away and you can talk to each other for a while. I don't know what Mr. Myers is going to do. I don't know what Mr. Myers is going to do. Okay, I'm disappearing. You can talk to each other for 5 minutes, and then this meeting will be done.
Bye, Mr. Sogo.
Bye-bye.
Have a good turkey. I hope your turkey is delicious.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Sogo.
Bye-bye.